Yeah, we're at the track covering the Sport of Kings. Coming up this week, we knew she was the best in the headlines, and she showed it in Tuesday's Trinidad and Tobago Guineas. A look also at Guinness Classics coming up this weekend in Barbados and Jamaica, where there was a surprise result in Saturday's Harlequin Cup. Plus, we check out stakes wins in Canada for Caribbean jockeys Dane Nelson and Keishan Balgobin. Our opening story from Trinidad and Tobago's Santa Rosa Park.
The opening race in TNT's Triple Crown Series, the Guinness, the job for In the Headlines made even easier with winner on debut Firecracker a late scratch after hurting herself at the starting gates. In the Headlines, a 1-2 favourite with Tristan Phillips aboard for champion trainer John O'Brien, who is eyeing a third Guinness win in 4 years. The betting shows O'Brien's strong hand in the 9 furlong run. His other entries, Blinding Lights, number 4 at 6-1 and number 8 Angry Bird at 5-1, the only other fancied entries. In the combox, John Rupert picks them up mid-race.
And Hearts Gap continues to set the pace. In the Headlines is in second spot. Blinding Lights races in third. Then comes Angry Bird, who is in fourth. Then a gap of about 3 back to Ferry of Colours, a foot of 5 back to Beep Beep, and a foot of 6 back to Afraid. They come out from the far turn, and Hearts Gap is now being collared by the favourite In the Headlines, and there she goes. In the Headlines has taken the lead now as Hearts Gap is going backwards, now being passed by Blinding Lights and Angry Bird. Then comes Terry of Colours, forget about Beep Beep and Afridi at the top of the stretch here, and the favourite is doing this nicely for Phillips. In the Headlines has brought them into the home stretch. A leader by about 5 lengths. In second spot is Blinding Lights. Hearts Gap is staying on. Then comes Angry Bird. Terry of Colours is now starting to explode at a big price, but In the Headlines has pulled clear. And what a superstar performance by this filly. In the Headlines gives Tristan Phillips his first Grade 1 win in the Guineas.
In the Headlines has no challengers in this massive Guinness victory. The unbeaten filly stretching her winning streak now to 3 races. Apprentice Tristan Phillips lands his first classic as the filly. By headline news, out of the precise sweep mare Bee's Passion gives trainer O'Brien his 9th Guinness win and 3rd in 4 years, having scored with Wise Guy in 2020 and Crown Prince last year. The Ladies Stables In the Headlines delivers as the 1-2 favourite by 7 1/4 lengths on a wet track, chased by the 50-1 outsider Theory of Colours. The winning groom Richard William John, the winning time 1 minute 56.06 seconds. In the Headlines, also one of 3 wins on the 6th race card for trainer John O'Brien, among them last year's Dabo winner Soca Harmony, who won the secondary feature 4th race.
To Jamaica now, where last weekend's big Seeking My Dream trophy winner Runaway Algo was a heavy 1-5 favourite for Saturday's Harlequin Cup, run in honour of the 1977 Horse of the Year and 2000 Guinness winner.
8 runners over the 5 furlong straight course. The favourite Runaway Algo with Linton Stedman aboard in the light blue silk, second from right on your screen, watched in the combox by Brian Rickman.
They make the way now toward the final quarter. Runaway Algo and Madeline Sunshine on the far side. Yellowstone in the center with Emperor of the Cats. The band near to us along with God of Love in the red, but it's still open as Runaway Algo on the far side moving quickly. Emperor of the Cats nearest to us. Yellowstone is in the center as they run toward the final furlong. It is Emperor of the Cats. Yellowstone has to come into it, and Runaway Algo now beginning to find feet as they're inside the final 16th, but it's Emperor of the Cats who leads them in the Harlequin Cup. Emperor of the Cats will create the upset. Yellowstone is second over Runaway Algo.
Emperor of the Cats with the upset score by a very comfortable 3 3/4 lengths at 16-1 odds in the hands of apprentice Richard Henry. As a 3-year-old, Emperor of the Cats won last year's Prince Consort Stakes and was 3rd in the 2000 Guinness behind Blue Vinyl and Brinks. And I can tell you he loves the straight course. The gelding has never lost going straight in 4 starts now. Emperor of the Cats with the upset win in the Harlequin Cup ahead of the 5-1 bet Yellowstone and Duke, the 9-2 second favourite. The 4-year-old gelding clocking 59 seconds flat for owner, trainer and breeder Carl Anderson.
Before we leave the Caribbean, Triple Crown Series starting this weekend in both Jamaica and Barbados with Guinness races. So let's have a look at those entries now.
At Caymanas Park in Saturday's Jamaica 1,000 Guineas for fillies. The purse just over $24,000 US. Bootylicious is in the 2 box, out for revenge after her Portmore loss. 1-2 finishers in the May 6 Portmore are back. The winner, Thalita, in the 12 box, and runner-up Mamma Mia in post position 3. That pair among a whopping 6 entries in the field from champion trainer Jason DaCosta's barn. The Colton Geldings go in Sunday's 2,000 Guineas, a smaller field here of 9. Number 2, last year's champion 2-year-old Mojito on a 4-race winning streak for sure will be a massive favourite. The other notable entries, number 5, Ability, has 2 career wins, and horses 7 and 8, Rhythm Buzz and Money Miser, both coming off wins. Meanwhile, at the Garrison Savannah on Saturday, the US $18,000 Barbados Guinness, unlike Jamaica, which is split, is just one race for all 3-year-olds, fillies, colts and geldings, and the 7-horse Sir David Seal's Indelible has looked so unstoppable in 4 straight wins. Fans are already anticipating a third Triple Crown triumph in a row to follow People's Champ in 2021 and Harlequin last year. The field also includes number 1 Order of St. George, 6 Major Dan, and the 12-horse Big Chiefa, all coming off victories.
Now to Canada's Central Mile racetrack, where Caribbean jockeys continue to grab the spotlight. Trinidad and Tobago's Keishan Balgobin and Jamaica's Dane Nelson both landing weekend $50,000 stakes wins at the Edmonton racetrack.
Here's Friday's Alberta Star Debutante Stakes, where Nelson looked strong coming off the final turn with a second favourite Singing Bell, but Balgobin was closing steadily from off the pace with the unfancied Echo Creek.
Past the 5/16, it's Singing Bell by 4 lengths, top of the lane down the stretch. Fastest girl in town is back in second, and on the outside, here comes Echo Creek in a full-out drive now up the inside. Bryn's Dream, 1/8 of a mile from home. Singing Bell. And on the outside, Echo Creek with every stride. Third on the inside is Bryn's Dream. 16th to go. Echo Creek and Keishan Balgobin are going to win the Alberta Sire Stakes debutante.
Balgobin's confident and well-measured ride takes him to victory as the filly logs her first win in 4 starts. Echo Creek at 11-1 odds with a win by a length and 3/4 over the 36-1 bet Bryn's Dream, with Jamaican jockey Andre Martin aboard. 1:18.13 the winning time for the 6.5 furlong Alberta Sire Debutante Stakes. Nelson would get his win in Saturday's Alberta Sire Stakes Derby, using a terrific finishing burst aboard the 8-1 bet Big Bad Intaglio. He looked beaten here, but watch the acceleration and deep stretch.
Rough Customer comes up the inside, far back to 4th with Big Bad Intaglio. Nothing coming from the back as there 1/8 of a mile to go. Lil Zapper still has the lead. Mudnator, here comes Big Bad Intaglio. Rough Customer, gonna be a good finish here. Dane Nelson and Big Bad Intaglio get it done in the Alberta Sire Stakes Derby.
What a finish there from the Warrior Chief, they call him. Dane Nelson shows why he is a 4-time Jamaica champion jockey with this aggressive finish. Must say, among his over 1,200 wins at Jamaica's Caymanas Park and 336 wins now in Canada, we've seen quite a few of those rousing finishes from Nelson, who had 3 weekend victories. Big Bad Intaglio at 8-1 odds scores in the Alberta Sire Stakes Derby by 3/4 of a length under Nelson, topping Lil Zapper and the 4-5 favourite Mudinator in a tight finish. The winning time 1:18.07 for 6.5 furlongs.
Our statistical update now before we go. Since our last show in the past week, Caribbean racing men have won 62 races in the USA and Canada. Among them, the 19-year-old Barbadian apprentice Elijah Green with his first win at New York's Belmont Racetrack, a 41-1 upset winner. Trinidad and Tobago's Fen Balroop with a stakes win at Assiniboia Downs in Canada, where the Barbadian Antonio Whitehall had 3 weekend wins and continues to be the leading rider there. We've been at the track, covering top stories and exciting races in the sport of kings. Check us out again next week.